Okay, so welcome back. Let's go ahead and create our install hook function. So bool install hook. Okay, so that should be it. Install. Yeah, I misspelled that. Amazing. Okay, we should now start our timer for logging and sending emails. We shall start it asynchronously, in an asynchronous fashion. So, helper, write, app, log, and hook started. So we will just use this for debugging. Timer started. Mail timer dot start true. And now the parameters that we will use down. Well, actually, let's just write it and then I'll explain it. There's quite a good amount of them. Come on. Okay, so there we go. Sorry, just the notes thing. Hook equals set Windows hook ex wh underline keyboard underline ll colon hook proc, close it, and now let's type in our keyboard proc, comma, yeah, get module handle. Now I'll explain these as soon as I write them, because if I were to explain them while I wrote them, I would make so many mistakes. It would be inhumane, quite literally. And let's just do this. Return hook return hook equals no. So just it's gonna return basically a boolean. It will evaluate if this is equal, then true. If it's not, then not true, false. Okay. So let's tear them apart one by one. So WH underline keyboard underline LL. This indicates that we use KeyboardHook, and LL shorthand for low level indicates that this is a global hook. The value of the constant is 13. Our keyboard proc, so our keyboard proc that you see here. Now, this is a procedure that will be invoked by the hook system every time the user presses the key. We need to convert it to hook proc because set Windows hook X function accepts a handle to hook procedure. I know it's a lot to take, and feel free to actually copy paste this function onto your favorite search engine and take a look at the documentation in Windows for it. You will find probably better explanations there. This is just mine out of my head and some of the things that I have picked up along the way. So E instance, this is a parameter of type H instance, handle to instance. We need to specify the running module. There is a function get module handle which serves for obtaining H instance. And DW thread ID, this is the final one. Okay. Where is it? Yep, this is the 0. So DW thread ID, the identifier of the thread with which the hook procedure is to be associated if this parameter is 0. The hook procedure is associated with all existing threads, basically is alive in the same desktop as the calling thread. We set this parameter to 0, which is the last one. So I know that I haven't perhaps given the best of explanations for these parameters, but I strongly advise you to just copy paste this function onto your favorite search engine and look it up on the net. You will find a lot of explanations there. Okay, now we just have a few simple, now we just have like two more very simple functions, and we're gonna go in straight into main and then straight into testing. We'll see how it works. So let's go for it. So bool uninstall hook. So this function will unhook all keyboard events from our process, effectively rendering the keylogging process non-functional. Let's put it like that. Bool b equals unhook Windows hook x e hook. Down below, we will type in e hook equals null. So set e hook to null and return bool b. Anyway, we won't actually use this function now, but maybe later on we will need it for something. It's a fairly simple function to prevent all keylogging with the that we have made possible above. So you might need it for something in the reverse shell. It doesn't kill the keylogger though. It just prevents. It just basically uninstalls a hook. That's it. Okay, it just uninstalls a hook. That's pretty much it. And therefore our hook logic is no more. Now next up is bool is hooked I don't understand why am I doing this. I suppose my finger is really fast on the L or whatever. So compare eHook with null. This is just to see if it's hooked. Bool, sort of. As I said, take everything that I say with a grain of salt, because I have a really strange way of putting things. Especially when I'm tired. But that's why I open up the discussion section, and you have free technical support there. So paid people will come to help you out, and I myself will also come to help you out. Anyway, that's it. Our keylogger is nearly done. All that remains is that we formulate our main a little bit with a few lines of code, and then we can go into the testing stages where we will actually be able to see how our keylogger actually works, how it runs on the system. You will see how silent and quiet and stealthy it is, and how it can record pretty much everything that you type on the keyboard. So, I bid you all farewell, and the follow-up tutorial, we'll mess around with main a little bit, and I don't know, maybe we'll jump into testing straight away, or maybe I'll leave that for the next tutorial, whatever. Bid you all farewell, and wish you a ton load of luck.